Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Sira, banana.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, folks.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello. Well, hello to Willow and Carl. There's Carl saying hi, and Willow saying hi, and Dan flirting with Willow.
What did you expect?
Wouldn't expect anything less.
So, how's everybody doing tonight?
Oh,
Yeah, a little better now that my dad's got power back.
I had two ego boosts today. One happened during the introduction of the show. One was when I was in the monthly Larry Niven chat, which is a text chat on MIRC, and they were having an extended discussion on the anatomy of one of Larry's more prominent aliens and the spacesuit that that alien would wear. And I proposed a glove for the spacesuit for that alien, which no one had ever thought of before. And Larry says, I like that idea. And I go, ooh, okay, I'm doing good. Larry never likes one of my ideas again. Hey, and then the other one was during the introduction when I saw Joe Bachman chair dancing to my theme music. Oh, I'm easy to excite sometimes. All it takes is a little bit of acknowledgement.
Goodness gracious.
What?
Everybody coming in now.
We just got a
Yeah.
dump of comments.
Well, Dawn's here, Carl, Donna, Willow, Sarah.
Dan Darden.
Oh, wow, yeah. Haven't seen Dan in a while.
Oh,
I'm doing.
trying to catch everybody.
I'm doing.
Oh, don't do that to yourself, Willow. Willow thinks I would make a great guest on Cryptid Crunch tomorrow night.
Hey, she said Sketcher people on there talking about werewolves.
Probably just want werewolf bait.
No, he's the safety bait because everybody can outrun him.
I ain't got to outrun the Sasquatch. I just got to outrun you.
Outrun Joe.
Well, I'm gonna start the night off right. I'm gonna mute myself for about a minute or so while I sand my wood.
Well,
Not the greener.
I just couldn't find it in time.
I put it up near the top.
I know. I was looking for it at the bottom. Where'd it go?
And there's Chris. Oh,
And Chris, but wait, there's more. Yeah, there is more. The Dead Pirates Society of Atlanta is moving their event to a very popular hotel in Dalton, Georgia. Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Oh,
How else are you going to remember Dead Pirates?
Yeah.
Open a bottle of rum. It's how I attract pirates when I want to have a party.
I wonder if their decision to use that hotel had anything to do with the fact that half a block away down the hill, there's a
It's a
very
liquor
nice
store.
Liquor store. And over by next door to the Waffle House sign is another liquor store.
I contend that pirates are just gay Vikings. They do all the same stuff. They just have better fashion sense.
I don't think all of these are gay. Some of them could be, yes. But anyway.
I
And
was
at
just
that
making
liquor
a
store,
joke about the fashion sense.
At that liquor store, I found the rum bottle that goes in this leather bag.
Fashion
wish I
sense,
could-
telling you.
I wish I could remember what the name of it was. I can't read the embossing on this. Besides, it's in Spanish, which is not one of my primary languages.
Oh, yeah, Don, where was that? Where was that Comic Con?
Dan, when you pulled that bag up, reminded me of what happened to me at one of the Chattacons at the Choo Choo. It was Sunday afternoon. Dealer's room was closing up. This guy had this little, the little rum bottle in the sling.
Uh-huh.
He was asking $35 for it. And I you know how you always make a deal on the way out so they don't have to pack it, right?
Right.
I offered him $20 for one of them, and he said, for $20, I'll take a hammer and bust them all. Well, the HallowCon table, when it was run by Dutch always had a hammer. So I walked out there to the table, said, but Dutch, I need your hammer. He goes, what for? And I said, if you want to follow me, but I need your hammer. I walked out, threw the 20 on his thing, dropped the hammer on top of it, and I said, get to work. He's like, oh, you said for $20 you'd bust them all. There's your money.
Hey Dan, look in the private chat. Is that the rum?
I do believe it is without even clicking on the link. Let me see if I can get this open in a new tab.
Looks like the bag.
That does look like the bag.
That is indeed it. Now, I have got to tell you, I had been drinking Kraken and walked to the liquor store. I did not drive, even though it was a short distance, and up and down a steep hill and then back up a steep hill. But no, I was not going to drive after having imbibed any at all. And I saw that little leather bag and I go, I don't care if that's crap or not. I want that leather bag. I'm going to buy that bottle. And it was about the same price as a bottle of any other rum that they had on the shelves. Turned out to be really good stuff.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I just saw that. Whew.
That is
That's
shady
well,
AF, and I'll behave because we're still early in the broadcast.
yeah, I think that was an assisted trigger warning right there. To coin a phrase. I don't give that particular event an extended lifespan.
And Don, this is the store that did Kayla right a couple weeks ago, right, or a month ago or so.
No, she said it was Expo Gardens. I thought the store was Cabbages and Kings.
Yeah, well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now, Cabbages and Kings has got a good reputation even down here. So, Expo Garden, I've never heard of.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether Expo Garden was the name of the show or the name of the shop.
That is not going to give that particular show an extended lifespan. They're going to go broke real quick with treating people like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to.
I'm not even from that area, and I'm pissed.
You
don't do your vendors that way.
You don't. Yeah, you don't treat your vendors.
Not even
that way.
vendors. You don't do your sponsors that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're sponsoring the show and you're not even, that's
if you
that's worse than doing your vendors dirty.
If you got to jump through extra hoops and you're a sponsor of the event, there's something wrong with that picture right there.
I can think of a few less pesos in their purse come next year or the next time they attempt to run that show.
That's
but again,
exactly my point. They have pretty much just crippled their income for the next show. They might get away with it this show, but
play it off,
fandom
especially
talks
if this
to
was
each
the
other.
first time. Play it off as a
yeah, it could be. Oh, we didn't know any better. Okay, fine, do better.
Yeah, really.
So I mean, if it's a first time show, I would give them a pass this time around. But the old fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So, since I'm watching TV, that's why I hadn't hopped out before. I'm like, oh, I got to go hop on. Uh, so yeah, it's two different guys. The QuadCon is different than the Comic Con. It's two different people that run them.
Okay.
So QuadCon is the one that we did a couple weeks ago with BKM, and everybody came up.
You guys
And
did
they're
a
cool.
signing at Cabbages and Kings late January or something like that. So I
Right.
saw earlier that you were at Cabbages and Kings, so that's why I was wondering, was
That's
this
how I
all...
found out all this stuff.
Okay.
So, Comic Con is ran by a different guy, and he was telling the sponsors it was $250 to sponsor, but all they were getting was their name on the like a little their logo on the Facebook page for like oh, this person's going to be here, this person's going to be here, and it was just people that were going to be there. It wasn't businesses. And then when he said something about the table, they're like, oh, that's another $250. And then they found out that it was, if you paid $250 for a table, you weren't mentioned on the Facebook site or the website at all, but you got a table. But if you paid another $250 as a sponsor, they'd mention you on the website or the Facebook page in one of those little blurbs.
That's
That's a cash grab.
That's a
So
scam.
Yeah. So Dan, the owner of Cabbages
even,
and Kings.
even if it goes, it's a scam.
Yeah, Dan, the owner of Cabbages and Kings, was a sponsor. And when he asked about the table, that's when he found out all this. Well, then he talked to another game store in the area, and that's how he found out about the other part about the table and being on the Facebook page. So yeah, he was not a happy person.
Now,
But
if they would have
Dan-
been upfront and said $500 gets you both, that's more reasonable. But saying you're a sponsor, but without adding that other piece,
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
if you're a sponsor, your name should be various places in that venue as well, because you are bankrolling
The entire event.
the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all you got was a little ad like on their when they would post something on Facebook about that this person's going to be here, and it was just the main big names. Who was the one guy that canceled? It was one of the Power Rangers. He canceled last minute last night.
let's see, David Yost,
No,
Walter Jackson.
I want to say his last name or his first name ended in like a WYN, like a Braywin or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, that's one of the
That's one of the newer ones, not one of the originals.
yeah.
So he was like the big name, and he canceled, and then another guy canceled that was a kind of a big name in the area, and he
Well, with it
canceled
sounding
yesterday
as shady
morning.
as it is, I mean, I can understand people dropping out.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
people were calling Dan's shop all day, going, "I'm at Comic-Con. I thought you sponsored this. Where are you?" And Dan doesn't mince words. He just told them what really happened.
Well, I got the perfect description of how that show went.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, doo-dah day.
And that was the showrunner.
100%.
Honestly, I think he would have to be a little bit more honest for it to be sketchy.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, it was.
Calling it sketchy is bringing down the level of sketchy for people. Hello, Michaela.
Michaela.
Kayla?
and
Yeah.
Rob Brown.
And Michaela, I
Rob.
brought it up to do it, and she's like, "No, I don't think so." I'm so glad that she didn't put out to do that at all. But QuadCon, the one we did with BKM, oh my god! And even Dan was saying, he goes, "I'll throw money at that guy left and right." You know, the fact that the guy who does QuadCon is that respected and stuff. So
Yeah, Chris has got it right. You need to be
Like
clubbed
that,
by the
I'll be
organizer multiple times if you sponsored the event. 100% agree, Chris.
Hmm.
Yes, Michaela, that's exactly what that particular topic was.
Hey,
I don't know.
Rob.
Pop it up. I can't see.
I need to sort of say something real quick. Hey, Rob, open your Facebook Messenger.
I believe, Carl, it's a local guy. It's PeoriaCon. I want to say, and I get the names confused, so Michaela's going to have to tell me on this because they both start with a J. So I believe one was John and one was Jason, and I think John's the good guy.
We will get clarification.
It runs in the family.
We will get clarification as soon as it arrives.
Yeah.
And
Dan will do anything for anybody for like any businesses, support them and everything.
PeoriaCon is run by Jason.
Jason, okay.
Yep.
And it really sounds like it was really a con today.
Jasons tend to be, pretty, sketchy individuals. The hockey masks, the machetes, the.
Yeah, but us Joes are perfect saints.
Yeah, well, still, take each Dan with a grain of salt. Believe me, I know.
I can say that I've not met a Dawn. I haven't liked maybe one or two in my entire life.
Us riches are dicks.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you. I was giving you like 30 more seconds to make that joke before I did.
It's on speed dial.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right.
Well, you guys can hear me yet, but
Michaela asked what happened. Apparently, the showrunner of that particular event solicited sponsors for the event, and then charged them the same amount extra to have vendor tables at that event.
Basically, you could have $250 for a table or $250 for a sponsorship. The sponsorship did not net you a table, and then the netting the table did not get your name put anywhere. The sponsorship only got your name on the Facebook page, but not mentioned anywhere else and not featured throughout the show. So now that we're 21 minutes in, I'll go ahead and fire one off. Sketchy as fuck.
The Power Ranger that canceled was Selwyn Ward.
yes, that was the name. I was close.
Yeah, and the G.I. Joe guy was Larry Hama.
As I say, there was two big names.
I know that name. I mean, hell, if I know a name, it's got to be something prominent because I don't pay attention to anything.
Where is Michaela at?
My guess would be somewhere in the Midwest of the United States.
Illinois.
Haha, Dick. You deserve that. You know it.
I'm guessing.
Did I argue against it?
Correctly, there were cornfields involved.
I'm guessing that Michaela does not actually have sufficient time to pop on camera at this particular moment, which is why she's in the audience and commenting rather than gracing us with her presence. So.
I don't try to
theme
figure
park
out
called
what...
Indiana Beach, and their big thing is they have a crow saying, "There's more than corn in Indiana." And my response to that was, "Yeah, there's kids here too. There's children here too." Just as Stephen King, how that works.
Oh.
Speaking of which,
I don't know if I should post that one, Michaela.
I
don't know if I should show that one. I'm reading it, but
where are you reading it from? I'm not seeing where she's commenting.
You got to click on comments.
You got to click on the comment section, but and it's public comments, but
on
Michaela
YouTube?
is Newt.
Oh yeah, on YouTube. Of course, we're on StreamYard, but Well, you should be too, since you're in the show.
Yeah,
I'm in the
someone.
show.
She
But if
is,
she's looking at the
uh,
phone, it might be different because of the space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Global is a little bit different.
yeah. I keep trying to
You
get
can
my.
probably see camera or comments. Would be my
Well, I
guess.
have 2 phones.
Oh, is somebody wanting to send Michaela a link? You're going to have to send it from your personal account. She unfriended me, and I think she blocked me.
Let me see if I can
Why
find it. I
would
don't know if
that
I
be?
think I've got Michaela. Let's see.
What did you do, Joe Dog?
He did not do anything.
Do we have time for the list?
Let's not put that here, but it was discussed last night in the green room. One of her her and Dawn's favorite artist.
Dawn?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Must have been after I went to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, you unfriended me. And
Well, to be fair, Facebook does a lot of sketchy unfriending randomly. So it might have been unfortunate timing if it didn't really happen.
yeah. Oh, I got to go walk this off. Sorry, guys.
You don't walk off a Taco Bell.
Well, no, he walks out so he can take care of the Taco Bell.
It's more of a waddle,
I was
actually.
going to say it's more of a clench, and it's the trucker walk.
Stagger.
Clench and speed walk.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, did that plenty of times from the plow truck up to the gas station. The hardest part was getting out of the truck.
My dad used to be HVAC contractor, so most of the places when he was doing installs did not have running plumbing yet. So my father kept a lot of small nail boxes, screw boxes, stuff like that, so that should the occasion arise, he could just drop one of those in a 5-gallon bucket, drop his deuce, and then throw the box in the construction dumpster.
Yep. And they don't call them dumpsters for nothing.
Yeah, that was an education.
I sent Michaela
Okay.
a link.
Yeah. No, Rich, you probably have had this before. Knee cramp in behind your knee. A leg cramp in behind your kneecap.
Ow.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, especially having one of those while recovering from meniscus surgery.
Ow. Y'all are making
Hey,
me
Joe.
hurt just from sympathetic.
I don't
Yeah.
think she unfriended you. I think she may have changed her name a while back.
Now, it was interesting. Misty and I did not think to take my minivan when we went to go have my meniscus surgery. We took her Grand Prix.
Mistake number one.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with the Pontiac Grand Prix, it's a bit like riding in a go-kart with your ass dragging on the asphalt.
It's not really built for someone 6'4" and 400 plus pounds to fold themselves into and out of easily on the best of occasions.
But it
coming
does
back-
have the really nice reclining seat. So
Yes, that it did have, and that was awesome.
that's the only thing that helped you. Yeah.
So coming home, the security, so they wheeled me out in the wheelchair. The security guard helped me get in, and I could not force myself to bend my knee enough to get my leg in the car because it was my right leg. I'm on the passenger side, so I had to tell the security guard to grab my leg, bend it, ignore the howling in pain, and just shoved my leg in the goddamn car.
Mm.
It was raining. So when we got home, I'm like, how am I getting out? So luckily, my brother-in-law lived only a 5-minute drunken stumble away. So we call him when we're about 15 minutes from the house and say, hey, meet me there. You're going to have to pull my leg out of the car, and you might have to help me up the 2 steps into the house. It took me 15 minutes in pouring rain to walk up 2 steps. They're like, yeah, you should only be out of the day or out of work 3 days. No, I was out of work the entire week. Wasn't happening. Nope. Now, how my knee or how my meniscus tore was fun. Kind of a bad day, barometric pressure wise. So I had my cane at work. So I'm like, it's not going to be the greatest day. So I'm hobbling to the bathroom, walk out between, from the main area that our offices are situated in, into the elevator lobby, and it sounded like someone fired a gun. That was my knee. And I'm like hobbling a little bit. I'm like, okay, nothing worse to wear. We're okay. Worked the rest of the day. Everything's fine. Hobbling on my cane the entire way. Walking to the bus. I am a block and a half from my bus stop. I am stepping up from the street onto the curb. Another gunshot. Luckily, there was the post for the bus stop sign there that I managed to fall against. Otherwise, I would have fallen to the ground. And from there, every step, the rest of the block and a half to my actual bus stop was pure agony. And this wasn't a normal commuter bus. This is more like a charter bus type thing because it's going from, Chicago to Northwest Indiana nonstop. So, it's more like the charter tour bus type thing, having to walk up those steps and then at the end of that, walk back down those steps, having to force my knee into the Grand Prix because I was driving the Grand Prix at the time. And then, get home and, explain everything to Misty. She's like, we're going to the emergency room right now. I'm like, oh, hell no, we ain't. We're eating dinner now. Because otherwise it'd be 1 a.m. before I'd have a chance to eat. And the last time I ate was noon. And I'm like, nope, we're eating dinner first and then we'll go. And then I got yelled at for the nurse for taking too much Tylenol. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to damage your liver. And I'm like, do the liver test. Fine. She comes back. She's like, your liver's perfectly fine, but still don't do that. I'm like, I've done it probably longer than you've been alive, child.
If it hurts, take something.
Exactly.
I had to have knee surgery on my left knee because a clutch bounced on me. When I say a clutch, I'm talking about big dump truck clutch.
I kind of figured.
Yeah, Joe knows what I'm talking about. Well,
I know what you're talking about too. I drove a not a commercial dump truck, but a farm dump truck.
I've been around the farms that I know what you're talking about. We have all automatics at the state.
Yeah. Well, I ended up having to stay with my parents because we were in between houses when all this happened. So I'm laying on the couch and my niece comes over and I'm sitting there. I'm still in anesthesia fog. My niece thought it would be funny to grab one of those hairs on my big toe and yank it.
Oh, she would have died.
I'm not laughing about that. I'm laughing about Joe's response.
I'm thinking she probably flew up against another wall there, but
needless to say, I said words to my niece, who was early 20s at the time, in front of my mom, that you're never supposed to say in front of your mom.
I play Cards Against Humanity with my mom, so there's no words off limits for me.
Well, I did it with my mother-in-law.
My mom was Catholic.
My mom could make truckers and sailors blush.
I've been told from Ted that I make sailors blush because I've made him blush before.
My mom
told my
was
mom.
told by her doctor to stop smoking. The number of F-bombs that she carpet bombed him with would have made Andrew Dice Clay and Dennis Leary go, whoa, 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 lady, let's back off a little bit. We're
Back
down here a
from the
little.
microphone. Yeah.
I told my mom, said, I'll quit using profanity when you quit smoking.
That's a good one.
Neither one of us quit. So.
My mother-in-law keeps telling me that, foul language is the sign of a weak mind.
Actually, I've seen things on the internet say exactly the opposite.
I remind her, one, what I do for a living, and two, I'm like, I have friends in the aerospace industry who are engineers, literal rocket scientists, who will argue this with you using those same words.
All right, now, Michaela, I added you to the links in list for Stupid O'Clock.
Yeah,
I had
whatever we
already
do.
done that, but evidently you got vanished somehow.
See? I'm telling you, I'm not
But
doing
he's
this.
back.
Joe, I told you that exorcism was a bad idea.
It's Dawn's fault. No, it's
No,
not.
like
Dawn.
Nobody over there. She's on the other side.
Yeah,
Rich.
you're pointing at a clock over there, Rich.
Okay, from my view, you're there. Okay, so
He's been clocked a few too
'cause
many times.
Not everybody's screen is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now,
Now
it's
the
Now
green
the
room.
green room?
It is now the green room.
No.
he made his sign for Friday nights. Ooh.
No, I think it was a Facebook thing.
another logo for more merchandise. So
All right, you got to delete
Okay.
some more stuff so we can upload it, Joe.
I've already I knocked out about 5 or 6 little things.
I'm gonna see if I can find somewhere to make those.
So now they're
into enamel
collector's items
pins.
and they're worth more.
Okay, so Michaela,
Yeah.
Make them
So-
what, Rich?
I said I think I'm the stupid little things that I doodle and stuff like that. I think I might see if I can try to turn those into enamel pins for collector's items.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely do.
At the very least, get you a badge maker.
so Michaela, what did you have questions on what Dan said today?
Something was happening with PeoriaCon. What happened?
Yeah, the PeoriaCon that the 2 biggest names canceled out within the past 2 days.
So Kara Nicole, she was
Well,
supposed to be there, and so was like the Black Power Ranger.
Yeah, and then the G.I. Joe guy canceled.
Okay, well then
So
Kara Nicole should still be there. The
Okay.
AZ Power Girl.
I
Yeah,
don't remember. Okay.
Apparently they're still on. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, not the biggest names. 2 of the biggest names had canceled.
Okay.
So, and then Dan was saying that he sponsored it, and when he went to ask about a table, they're like, "Oh, that's going to cost you another $250."
Oh yeah.
And then he was talking to somebody else who had a table there and was asking, "Why am I not being put on anything to show that I'm going to be there?" And he's like, "Well, you didn't sponsor. You should have spent another $250 so that you." And they're like, "You never told us any of this."
Yeah, that's the way Jason runs it. He's always run it that way. It's if you want your name mentioned in any advertising that he does, which he does not do much, you have to pay $250 just to get your name on something, and then chances are he'll F it up.
So
yeah, I'm not going back. Sorry, no.
And when I saw those 2 names canceled, I'm like,
people are not going back.
Well, and the tables, like she said, are $250. It's a local show for me. If it did good, I would go back. But at $250, I sold 5 books.
Last year.
Yes,
Or the year
last-
before. Not this year. This was
Yes.
previous.
Yes,
But-
this was previous, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'll
Well,
throw
like,
money at.
Go ahead.
He's like, John. I get the names confused. John, right?
Yeah.
No, Jason. Jason.
No,
Con
no,
was Jason.
John.
KoreaCon.
No,
John was the
QuadCon.
good
That's
guy.
Jason.
QuadCon. QuadCon is John.
Yeah. He was like, I'll throw money at John all day because he works his ass off.
Yeah.
He's like, but I'm done with Jason.
Yeah. Well, when I went there and he said, you have to pay for your table and I'd like you to give he gave me the table free, but he wanted me to do a speech or a seminar. And I was like, okay, well, if I get a free table, I'll do a seminar. That's fine. Seminar runs for an hour. So I had an hour out of the show where there's nobody at my table. I can't sell books. I end up selling 5 books the whole freaking day. And he blamed it on the time of the year. Like,
That's kind of
okay.
his fault since he's arranging.
He scheduled it that time of the year. Yeah.
Right. So he's like, well, it's the time of the year. Normally I do it in March, and this year we had to do it in October. Because it had gotten pushed back from COVID. Like,
Oh, Donna.
okay. Still not gonna pay the bills, dude. Even if it's a local show for me.
Mhm.
And then when I got
Uh-huh.
there, I had wondered, I'd asked him several times when he did like send out emails, Michaela Jade wasn't listed anywhere. And of course you run down the list and you look for the M, right? You look for M and then you look for Michaela Jade. And I'm not seeing it. And so I'd shoot him emails and he'd say, oh, you're on there. It wasn't until I got there that day that I see these giant banners in the hall, not going to the hall, in the hall, once you're already there. And it's got my real name plastered all over. Yep. And that my real name is going to get this seminar. Like, you dumb motherfucker, nobody knows who that is. Sorry. I got excited, sorry.
That's all right.
Rich already
Oh, okay.
Rich already did it once. Sorry,
Yeah.
Joe Dog, we're completely taking your show over tonight.
It's
But
okay.
I waited 20 minutes, but it was something that
Like we had a plan. Keep going.
you needed the
Yeah.
hammer.
It fits with the people in here, right?
Look, this is not Cryptid Crunch. We don't have to stay strictly on topic the entire
I know.
time.
But it
Well,
was
and
just
to me,
Strictly on
if you're a
topic, we have a
promoter, you have a
topic?
brand
Where
new
we're going, we don't need rails.
Right. But it just kills me because, like,
Although
if you're
some
a
people might
promoter,
want to be railed, but I mean,
not the green room.
But if you promote a show and you do it all the time, and you're supposed to be a professional, and you've got a new person coming to give a panel, wouldn't you make sure that you got the details right before you pay for all these signs to be printed?
Especially if you have somebody going, "Where's my name? Where's my name?" Oh, it's there. It's there.
Right.
No, not the name I need to be.
He probably
Yeah.
realized after the second email what he had done wrong. He already had
Probably.
them ordered, made, and sitting somewhere waiting to be hung.
And that's what I
and
was
was
thinking.
really hoping that you wouldn't notice when you showed up.
Yeah.
but the thing is,
That's
when
a
something like
stupid
that
thing to hope
happens,
for.
as soon as that happens, you know, the signs come back. He should have been honest up front. Oh, hey, there's a mistake.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
instead
and
of you
then-
walking in the door being like, "The fuck."
Right. Well, and there are some people locally that know that those two names are the same. Not people I'd like to know that. Like,
Oh man, I know
There
that.
goes the secret identity again.
right.
I know that, Michaela. Now I feel bad that you don't want me to know that. No.
No.
Hey.
No.
Guys,
I only
It-
found out because of Facebook.
John may know of this. I'm fixing to post a link to the news article. John, do you remember the story of BarnCon?
Barn cone?
Keisha didn't have anything to do with it, I promise.
I was gonna say,
If
I know
Chris
some
Walker's still in the
Going
room, Chris
down
Walker,
the cows town, the cow's a friend to me. Oh, sorry.
Chris Walker probably just put his forehead,
Oh,
hand
wait
on
a
his
minute. Was
forehead,
that
going,
that one that was that the one supposed to be down here in Ringgold
"Yeah,
or somewhere in this neck of the woods? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because I do
Barnes and
something like
Ringgold?
that.
Yeah. Okay, guys, y'all want a good
I think
story?
they invented Barnes.
I just put it over in private chat. You got to read that article. Trust
Oh,
me. Trust me. I was there.
Oh Lord.
The owner of the venue comes up to me and says, "You run conventions, right?" I said, "Not this one."
Not this one. No.
She said, "Somebody owes me some
Oh,
money."
yeah. Just looking at the headline on that.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Can you share it in the YouTube chat, Joe Dog,
Uh,
or somebody?
I can send it to you, Don.
Okay.
Yeah, here.
A
So-
film
Because if I
festival in
touch my
Georgia
phone, it
was
has a
moved
10
to a
second
barn
pause.
at the last minute. And then came the sex syrup. Film at 11.
I have questions that I'm not entirely sure I want to know the answers to.
I was say, be careful. You
Yeah.
really want the
I've-
answer.
I've got questions I'm not sure I want to ask, but the broken part of my brain goes, why?
Oh, put it to you this way. It was
I just read the headline. That was what the look was for.
A mother did confirm that an 11-year-old girl was given a bottle of sex syrup.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got to read that later.
BarnCon.
Sadly, according to a report by Kent Wagner, an actor seen in Walking Dead, Stranger Things, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and so on, things took a darker turn. Oh, damn.
Oh yeah. Sid Haig got stiffed on his appearance fee.
Brian Lawler, he's dead.
Wow.
Stiff sex syrup.
There's so much more to that story that needs to be told. I mean, seriously.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Linnea
was the
Quigley?
Reader's Digest condensed version.
Wow.
Well,
Great.
Brian Lawler being in there, you know that was crazy. That's Jerry Lawler's kid, and Brian died because of his partying ways.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
By the way, the show Ted's watching right now is an Undertaker Mick Foley thing.
Sid Haig, Lena Quigley,
And John
And John went all robot voice and prose.
Yep.
That's
Ringo
what he
Telephone Company's trying to shut it down.
That's what he gets for stealing internet from Bill again.
Uh-oh. Yep. I quit doing that. But yeah,
Okay.
I got
I'm-
real bad to for PeoriaCon and just said, you know what? I don't think so. And then I started hearing things, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
And
I'm
now
good.
after today, I'm like, oh my God, I am so glad we didn't do it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
always your call, but
And I've got a couple other friends that are doing it, and so it's like, ooh, maybe I should reach out to them and find out what's actually going on.
and Michaela knows Dan now personally too. Dan would give you the shirt off his back if you needed it. I mean, he's just that guy, not business wise. He's just that guy. And if he's gonna say,
Right.
"I'm done doing that," you know that burned him.
Mm-hmm.
Rich,
Yes,
get out
Rich.
of my mind.
Yes, Rich,
Maybe
you
he
caught
needed
it.
the
You and
sex
Dan
syrup.
both caught it. My alcohol's
Next
not
thing you
written
know, Rich is gonna be devising some kind of sex syrup to put with the shirts.
down. Oh Lord.
No. Although,
They've already got
That-
that. It's been
that-
out
that-
for
that-
years. It's called Mad Dog 2020.
What?
That'll kill me.
God.
It'll kill a bunch of
sex
folks.
syrup has a really good ring to it.
I could market that probably.
Probably.
I got to go with the head of the major investor of the channel. Should I go ahead and post that link to the YouTube
Why
so they
not?
can hear what we're saying?
or see what we're talking about.
You got me. What you talking about, Willis?
should he post a link that he posted for us privately to the YouTube chat so that our watchers can see what it is that we're talking about? Why
Well,
not?
you can tell them just
Public
search
knowledge.
barn.
Well, it's not like it's going to get us demonetized or anything.
Right. It's
That's all I needed to hear.
You could also just say search barn
Barn Comic Con. Barn Con.
Con 2017.
Hey, and Zach popped in just right at the perfect time.
Don't be scared. It's okay.
Oh,
Kind of scared, but not real
Zach,
scared.
we're talking about 5 different things, which is normal. So
Right.
hey, that's kind of a kindergarten class for as many things we normally talk about at one time. Oh,
Yeah, Carl, not just that. It was given to a kid. That's the scary part.
11-year-old.
Was it
Oh,
11?
I posted the wrong thing, Zach. Sorry. I was trying to send Zach the link, and I sent him the link to the story.
Here, Zach, read about an 11-year-old getting the sex syrup.
Yeah.
5 things normal, sex syrup, not normal.
Rich,
Yes, that is normal for this group.
There we go.
Rich will probably get this reference since he is local to Northwest Indiana. Do you think the chicken guy from Valpo would have liked to go to BarnCon? A little sex syrup?
You guys remember me telling some of y'all about the story of the CB guy from back home, right?
No, now here's the main gist of the
When
story.
did that happen?
Oh God, I was still in high
Toby?
school.
Okay, so
2017.
like 5 minutes ago. I love you, little brother. I had to take that shot.
Look at private chat. Because I won't say that one out loud.
Oh, Lord.
The event happened December of
That's what I
2017.
thought, but I don't remember that. story.
2017. Okay.
That was just
Pre-COVID.
after my first HallowCon
Okay.
that I ran. So the guy invites me down and says, "You know how to run these conventions. Come down and just sort of mentor me." I said, "All right, no
Oh.
problem."
Oh, Lord.
So you were part of it, so to speak, not part of it, but part of it.
I was supposed to be his mentor on how to do this stuff.
He was a unwilling
Consultant.
witness.
Like a consultant. Like, here's
Yes.
what you're doing wrong. Here's what you're doing right. Here's what you can improve on.
Yeah. Well, I get a call on Friday with the Colonnade declined my credit card. All my guests are here in town. Now, the Colonnade is the event venue,
Right.
the original event venue. I'm going, okay. You're in deep shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And that's just the beginning.
yeah.
Oh, dear Jesus.
So about 2 hours later, he calls me back and he says, "I'm texting you the address. I found a wedding venue that's allowed us to come in."
Okay, I saw the barn with the wedding girls in wedding dresses and
I was gonna say,
and that's
I-
huge in the country areas.
Yeah.
Well, a line from Jeff Foxworthy popped in my head, and I said, "Great, turn off the paved road."
Yep.
No, as I'm following it down, the GPS says turn left. And I look to the left, and there's a dirt road.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God.
Yep.
No.
Turn off the paved road.
And then I looked right there at the road was the name of the venue.
Okay.
We then proceeded to go down the dirt road.
Well,
The long and winding
uh,
dirt road.
When we had to cross the cattle gate,
Sex syrup
Lord.
and going down the dirt road.
And crossing the cattle gate.
and
Oh.
crossing the cattle gate before we started up the hill to the barn.
Oh, Lord.
Not only was it a wedding venue, it was an active cattle farm.
And you're going to take a bunch of nerds out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was a film festival
Where are you going to do the films and show the films?
inside the barn.
Right.
And if weather permits, on the side of the barn.
I can see Joe Dog's ears starting to go with smoke because his cogs are not really processing all this to this day.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? His paradigm shifted without a clutch.
Yes! Dan wins the internet.
Hey,
My glass was filled with this much rum and this much orange juice.
That's perfect.
Completely empty. I'm glad. I'm glad I had some muscle relaxant before coming into the show.
Why is the rum gone?
The rum's
I
not
was
gone.
born.
My glass is just empty.
Oh,
There's still
exactly not. It was a driveway.
There's still this much in this
Oh,
room,
good. Good. We need some rum.
But
and then there's 2 full bottles in the other.
and I walk in, and I mean, it's
A working farm.
the tables that the vendors were set up on were the spools for wire.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's big expensive too, you know.
They make good tables, but not for that.
Yeah, not for
Well, wait a minute. If people had known ahead of time about this emergency switch to a brand new venue with everything being invented on the fly, it might have been nominally acceptable.
Yeah, well, it
But
really
as a
went
surprise, it sucked. I'm willing to believe.
it really went bad when I get to the venue and the guy's not there.
What? Where?
And there is almost 100 people at this venue.
And no person in charge.
Coordinator.
No showrunner.
Whoa.
Carl.
And this was 2017, so there were cell phones then.
Carl, no, you bad boy, stop it.
That's a Friday night comment, Carl. Although we may use it in about 30 minutes anyway.
Now, I'm sitting here going, okay. And they said he's not answering his phone.
I wouldn't either at that point.
So
I'd be trying to decide which was closer, Canada or Mexico at this point.
Right. At this point, you know you've messed up.
I knew he wouldn't answer the phone, that he's not answering anybody's calls. I texted him and said, I can't find this place. Where is it?
Because he wanted you there, so you were hoping that he would answer back to say, this is where you need to be.
Which, within about a minute and a half, my phone starts ringing. I'm going, where are you at? He goes, I'm having some troubles. I'm getting it worked out right now.
Oh, no.
No, you are just getting into trouble, dude.
It's so hard to get a passport at the last minute.
No. Don called it. He was hitting every check cashing place in town, writing bad checks.
Oh,
No.
God.
Ooh, so he was really putting the con in con.
Oh.
No, he was trying to keep it from being an utter failure without anybody finding out, even if it made him go to jail.
Yes. He was
Dan,
Utter
that's
failure at a
he could.
yeah, I know. So I was just wondering, Dan. Utter failure at the farm.
And I
I
said,
didn't think about that at a cattle farm. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry. It was
Good
a
thing Rich
perfect
and I
double
are here to help
entendre
take
that
care of this for you.
I did not even think of. But
and then he
That guy
goes,
was in for some serious beef.
he goes, you know where? He says, you sort of know what to do. Handle it till I get there. And I was like, oh, bullshit, click.
Hey, Joe Dog put that in there. I was gonna say it's gonna be the last straw.
Hey, I know how to handle this. On your shoulders, click. Why I did the line.
And
hang
trust
up.
me, it went downhill from there.
Wow.
When Brian Lawler didn't get his money,
That's what set him off.
Well, any celebrity that doesn't get paid.
I don't think that is adequately described by saying went downhill from there. It's more like it went off a cliff on a jet propelled rocket bike headed straight down.
Well, no. You had Jerry Lawler involved. It came
No,
off
not
the top
Jerry.
rope. Or not Jerry.
Not Jerry. Brian.
Now here's the thing.
It came off the top rope.
It was 4 digits on Brian's
Zach.
appearance fee.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Well,
And
that
that's
should have been
without
a.
decimals.
That's an expensive screw
Well,
up
and
right
here
there.
again,
And it's Brian. That's not. I can see Jerry being 4 digits, but not Brian.
Well,
but
this
here
got
again,
big.
shouldn't the actors or whoever they have come in, the celebrities, shouldn't they have like half up front and half
No.
after the show? Okay.
This is obviously
Should
too
versus
immature hour for
does.
that.
I was gonna say maybe I just operate different.
Well, long story short, to this day, I mention Dalton, Georgia to some of the celebrities and said, that's near Ringgold, right?
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not in the barn, okay?
No, this is at a hotel. It's not in the barn. They said, are you sure?
I've rented the hotel myself, yes.
Oh, Zach, you genius.
I Googled and I found
Because-
pictures.
Oh
I have my
no.
Oh.
Yeah, look.
Sometimes Google is not your friend. Ah.
Oh, there's even a photo gallery. Oh my God.
Yes.
They're not great. There's only like 3 good ones. There's a nice sunset one, but yeah, you get to see the tables and outside when no one is there.
But yeah, you see you can see the spools. You know, the picture with the books.
Uh-huh.
You can see the spools turned into tables.
Gives it that nice rustic feeling.
Or you get a sliver
rustic,
up your
yeah,
ass.
that's it.
Oh, hey guys.
Polish a turd, it's still a turd.
The pretty sunset with the headlights. Car with the headlights.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Photographic proof. Now you're doomed. Evidence. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go to the kitchen. This calls for more than just beer.
So was that all the cars that showed up in total?
I was thinking the same
That's
thing.
early.
Oh, dear.
So it didn't hit the 2,000 guests that he was targeting.
If he had 100 counting vendors.
Been there, done that. No.
Oh, and Rich, by the way, yes, it was a board game because we weren't playing. I mean, we didn't know what game we were going to pick out when we went there, but it was like, oh, let's just try this and see what happens. And it was actually not too bad, but you know, I'd rather been having all my dice and all that crap, but it was fun. And no one showed up. I knew Michaela had to work, so she's excused.
All right. Here you go, Donna.
What did I miss?
I put the link over.
Yeah, she won't see the pics. There's not much to see, really. There's not. It's like coming to my house. There's not much here.
You're there. That's a lot to see.
Right, but other than that,
Yes, I forgot.
That was
There's
more than
not
the
much.
festival.
Samantha Newark was there.
I was saying, something tells me they struggled just to get those 5 pictures.
might have, yeah. Like, what else do we take a picture of? There's nothing.
Yeah, there's not a single other picture on Google.
Yeah. Well, and even if it were at another venue in town, let's say, and you only had that many people show up, because of course you're supposed to be advertising this for weeks, months ahead of time.
Oh, he was pumping it hard.
Right, and so people are supposed to go to this one destination. Well, what happens when they get there and it's not there? It's at a different one. Are there signs saying, "Hey, go this way"? Or we've been relocated?
People were going into the venue going, "We're here for this." It's canceled.
When really it wasn't canceled, it was moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the way everything sounds like it was canceled, and he was trying to uncancel his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, he was doing his damnedest to not have it canceled. And it was already too little too late.
Yeah, but he had Sid Haig. And, what's that guy? He was in the Goonies that had all the prosthetics on his face.
Oh, the football player.
Sloth.
Yeah, Sloth. Yeah, that guy.
It's right there.
Right, Donna. Yeah, we have a barn venue near me that, like, it's a lot nicer than that rundown piece of. But yeah, again, it's out in the country,
Larry
but
Butler.
like, wow, I can't see doing a con there at all. A Comic-Con, no way. Like, it's a huge indoor venue.
A film festival is what it was supposed to be.
Okay, well, and even so, like, I mean, it's a huge venue and it's gorgeous inside, but like, it's in the middle of nowhere.
You go in, you get drinks, candy. You go outside, big screen.
Yeah, yeah.
And it would work.
And then you play Animal Farm.
Right?
Oh, by the way, no films were shown that weekend.
Imagine that.
Did they have the rights to show any?
Oh, there you go.
Netflix account.
That's a good question.
Yeah, they people submitted films from all over the world.
Oh no. Oh.
It was.
So is your friend walking free still?
Friend?
Well,
acquaintance.
Loosely
For nearly 4 years, nobody could find him.
Wow.
Like, as of that day, they couldn't find him?
Yes. Well, actually, the wrestlers tracked him down.
Why is there no photos of this?
Yes, I was just thinking that. Yes.
You know that.
Because that's called evidence.
Oh, well,
film
there's that.
festival, you could have sold that, took it to whatever, Sunshine, Sundance, whatever.
Well, you could still sell it. You just have to wait for the statute of limitations
to run out. Yes, yes,
Yeah, the thing is, there's no statute of limitations on murder.
Oh, damn.
Then you get 1% away. No.
There was
murder and fraud. I believe there are no statute of limitations on.
That's what should happen. Is everybody should have been doing it like a commando film where everybody runs around with cameras filming the whole thing, and then make your money off of the comedy movie based on this guy trying to run this convention or film festival.
Hey, you used to say there's no way you could sell something like that in Hollywood because nobody would believe it. Then we get Cocaine Bear.
I was going to say Sharknado. But...
Yes.
Hey, Sharknado. Okay. Croca Anaconda Gator, or whatever the movie is.
which one? There's like 15. There's like
Exactly. Yeah, it's
2 or 3 anacondas, and then it combines with
Shark Gator or what, you know.
oh hell, it's one of my favorite movies with Betty White, and I can't remember the Lake Placid. Lake Placid and anacondas had a bastard love child.
Yeah.
Literally.
Interesting.
But after the
On
first
another
Tremors,
note-
things got a little weird too, though.
After the first 5 minutes in either one of those movies, things got a little weird.
Well, the first one was weird, but it was like science fiction-ish weird. Okay, it's the second one when they were eating the engines and the heat and stuff like that. Yes, I've seen it.
That's weird. So anyway, on another note, you know those calendars that are like
High C?
National whatever day, like National Coffee Day, National Pizza Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I looked one up. And tomorrow, March 5th, is National Absinthe Day. Absinthe Day?
Absinthe Day.
It's drink.
Absinthe or absinthe? Oh, absinthe.
Absinthe.
Wormwood.
It looks like a
Yeah,
martini.
wormwood.
Anyway. Okay, so it's a drink, right? So then it's also National Multiple Personality Day. I'm like, oh, drinking and multiple personalities, what else could go wrong?
I have seen people who have not done the absinthe shot correctly, and they did have a multiple personality until they wore off.
Well,
Was I just
that would
summoned?
explain it. Yeah.
And comes back, we start talking about absinthe.
Yeah.
Hey, I've
But
had
guess
some.
what?
Absinthe makes the heart grow fonder.
I have had some. Oh, and this was transparent when I started mixing.
Where were you? I don't.
It still is.
No, it's amber,
Damn.
and that's
It's
the
less
lime
transparent
juice.
than it used to be.
And
Dark and Stormy.
nope,
Some
That's
ginger
ginger
beer.
that would have started out brown.
So Dan, did the story of BarnCon drive you to drinking?
Seems like it did.
No,
He's
it
looking
just let me know that there are things in life that are worse than my life.
Yeah, the actual Times Free Press article is absolutely spot on. And by God, and by the Walking Dead and Nashville actor that was riding around with him in the van, he's also a wrestler.
Whoa. If you ask for one of those at the local country music bar, they make you sign a waiver.
You mean the dance hall?
Yeah. No, they don't do much dancing there, but they do a lot of drinking.
Something tells me they did a lot of drinking in the dance hall when Michaela was there. What's the national holiday for Monday, Michaela?
I'm looking.
No, you don't need to look. You should know the answer.
Is it National Redhead Day?
Well, it's your birthday, but other than that, on this calendar thing.
Yeah, that's the
Yes,
national
it's a
holiday.
national
Monday.
holiday. It's Dawn's birthday on Monday.
Yeah.
It's Dawn's birthday.
Oh.
We are all going
April
to
22nd is Earth Day. Besides being Earth Day, it is also the birthday of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb. I find it
Yeah, that
humorous.
one on, didn't they?
So it's
We
not
need
only
Dawn's
Earth
bomb.
Day, it's Blow Up the Earth Day.
Yay!
Well, we all like fire.
Apparently, it's Nabokov's
Stop
birthday,
it.
Jack Nicholson's birthday, Glenn Campbell's birthday.
Hey.
So
Monday is Shaquille O'Neal's birthday.
I wondered why I always had an affinity with, Rhinestone Cowboy, and now I know.
What?
Stone Cowboy.
Could be worse.
Now I gotta go watch
You
the
could be a
movie
lineman
too.
for the county.
Monday.
Oh Lord, I used to watch his variety show.
Oh,
That'll take you back.
what's your favorite cookie? on.
What was that? You froze up with your mouth wide open.
Carl probably screen capped that.
Can you repeat that, please, Michaela?
No one likes you. Yeah, what's your favorite
me?
cookie?
Cookies, chocolate chip, sugar cookies, snickerdoodles. I just don't like oatmeal raisin. Is not my favorite.
Brand.
Rich, number one, get out of my
Okay,
head
according to
now.
the
Number
national
two,
calendar,
it's not the
it's
green room.
it's National Oreo Cookie Day.
Well, I can do
Monday,
Oreos.
on your birthday.
Well, rats. My favorite cookie is Brian's wife.
So I expect everybody to be delivering me Oreo cookies on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not? You know, roll with it. It's also National Dress Day and National White Chocolate Cheesecake Day
There we go.
and National Frozen Food Day. And
Carl,
National
you'll just have to watch it on the rerun so you can get your screen cap.
I think Carl's reading that report going, there's no way. There's no way.
He's sad he wasn't there.
Hey, now here's the thing. He made up the mad gasser from a newspaper article. Can you imagine what's going through his head right now for this one?
Yeah, I've already got 3 books going. Shut up! That's exactly what's going through his head. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Rich, you think I should send him the article that I posted in private chat
Yes.
about the chicken guy?
Yes. Yes.
Want to talk about?
I want to see the short story or novella that Carl comes up from that. Maybe you can collab with Michaela.
Put
on
it
that
in
one.
the secret humor group, please.
Hey,
I have enough damn watch lists.
One
more time?
Have you read that whole article?
No, it was scarring from the start.
Oh, trust me.
It gets worse.
It gets worse.
Yeah,
And
I think I'm going to save it for a team bonding thing with my team.
It's still the Reader's Digest condensed version. There's a whole lot they left out.
But here's the thing: before you read any further, get yourself a big bowl of popcorn because it's just going to be.
This is one of those stories where we need Paul Harvey.
Oh,
and now
I can see Zach right now in his Launchpad team going, guys, I want all of y'all to read this article at the same time.
Oh, that's happening tomorrow.
I know. It's
and the
fictional.
best part of it is Joe Dog was in the middle of it.
I'm saving that till the end.
That's the announcement that you make when they're through.
Yeah.
This is a story you need read by Les Nessman.
I didn't think something could be worse.
I think it should benefit from being pronounced correctly all the way through. Thank you.
Carl says the fight at the Mexican restaurant was epic. Yeah, especially when I had to push Lawler and the other guy off of me because I was sitting down.
This needed to be a Norm Macdonald weekend report.
Oh yeah.
Too bad he's gone. Phil Hartman. Oh God, Phil Hartman would have done wonders on this.
This should be a screenplay. Somebody should make a screenplay about this.
I'm getting there as quick as I can, Nick.
I love that the barn was still decorated for a wedding. That just makes it even
I
better.
don't need Jesus.
Probably
I do my own
happening after the con.
Oh, that's not the venue the whole HallowCon is. Is it?
God.
No.
I'm going to put on a con here at my house. I got the venue. We'll do it in the greenhouse.
Hey, have
That'd be the green room.
Hey, have people bring tents. Let them camp out in the camp out.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We were thinking about buying the property behind us just to make our property bigger.
You see, Carl, Michaela's one up in you. It's not just going to be a green room. It's going to be a whole damn greenhouse.
Greenhouse,
She's a
a hot house. Everybody will have to
house.
take their shirts off because hot.
Carl.
Good Lord, Carl.
And Nick, you just made me think I really do need to create a segment when I finally get life lessons with crazy Uncle Dick up and running. Y'all need Jesus.
I think my daughter has a shirt that says that.
My wife does.
And I'm like, we're pagans, honey. And she goes, I know, it's hilarious. I'm like, okay.
Well, here's the thing. You could always use a good guy to, cut the grass and make sure that the flower beds are nicely arranged.
Right.
And make sure you never run out of wine.
The film fiasco. Yes, Carl.
The
Yes!
disappointment on Rich's face. Oh, you actually went there, Daniel.
No. I went somewhere else. So yeah, the y'all need Jesus
There's
shirt.
me when my friends go places.
And for the more chemically inclined, y'all need Julio. Because you can't tell me there's not a guy somewhere in New York right now dealing crack named Julio.
Down by the schoolyard.
At least one.
This is my I don't understand face.
You could have said that out loud, John.
I did. Apparently, it didn't go through with the lag and everything. So.
What?
I can't remember the comedian.
Stealing internet.
Oh, why do we? The feeling Last Man Standing is going to be epic tonight.
Probably not, because I'm going to go to bed about midnight.
Because I'm not
Sorry.
wearing a bra. I don't know.
Well, I got one of them on.
Oh, I don't.
Neither do I, but I should because my
I
back
love
is
the
killing me.
silence that followed that shit. They're like, I
just went back to playing with burning my wood. So
We talk about wearing a bra, not wearing a bra, and Joe goes and plays with his wood. Okay.
Well, some boys have priorities.
And now he just showed us his wood.
You're never getting monetized now, John.
On the internet.
Hi,
Joe Dog. We love you.
Hey,
Roasting
I'm the
over
one,
open fire at the
I'm one
Tangy
that got
barbecue
all this
sauce.
started with the BarnCon, so
Yeah, I was talking about the Peoria's Con.
and you thought, hey, whenever somebody tells me, man, this was the worst run convention I am. Sit down.
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
I am card-carrying clergy.
Look,
And no, I don't care about the address being displayed because I don't live there anymore.
what we have done tonight is give Joe Dog the excuse to say, "No shit, there I was."
Yeah.
All right. So I was talking about a story that was a no shit, there I was, and it turned into another no shit, there I was. And why my voice went into that accent, I have no clue.
Been hanging around me too long.
Carl, all I'm going to say is who says I didn't?
At that time, he was still allowed to drink.
Yeah.
Might not have been allowed to drive that particular day, but
Well, I'll tell you what happened is the hotel HallowCon is in. Because of me, all the guests that showed up with kids had a place to stay.
hey, that's where you turn into Mr. Scott and become a miracle worker.
And needless to say, I just about got it all paid off now.
Now you got to work on your college loans.
Yes, I am a genius with access to unstable chemicals. unstable minds with access to unstable chemicals. That's either going to be very epic or very bad, or very epically bad.
Or epically monumental.
There was somebody in our neighborhood this morning. I don't know. I didn't go look. But they were shooting fireworks.
This morning.
Well, this afternoon.
Okay.
And,
All right, love you, little brother. Crash well.
What's interesting was they kept
crashing?
shooting the same type
Nick is.
of firework. And it was one of these little, I know what it was. I could tell by the sound. It was one of these little round clusters that you light it and it goes around and shoots several small things.
Boom,
and then shoots the big one in the middle.
Boom. Yeah.
And then bam, boom, and the cannon salute at the end. We're sitting here, and at first I thought somebody was shooting a pistol because they kept hearing pop, 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 pop. I live semi-country, so I'm used to hearing rifles and pistols.
Yeah,
but you keep hearing pop, 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 boom. Whole neighborhood shakes. I'm like, that wasn't a pistol. So I figured out what it was.
It was. You need one.
So that made me remember the night I was shot at.
Later, yes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Went downstairs later, and my mom's husband thought somebody was dynamiting something. I'm like, no, that's not dynamite. It sounded like dynamite. You've never heard dynamite, you idiot. It's not dynamite.
That was an airburst. I'm sorry. Yes.
It was dynamite.
And John would know an airburst from a ground burst. I mean, seriously, he has the expertise at U.S. government expense.
Heck, I can probably tell you what kind of dynamite. Because for those of you who don't know,
brand.
Well, I don't know about brand because but there are several different types of dynamite used these days. And none of them are the Nobel formula, unless you just happen to find a case of it sitting in a cave somewhere.
In that case, don't jostle it ever.
They don't use nitroglycerin in the stuff anymore, just because it's
too valuable as heart attack medicine.
Probably
everything now. All the dynamite you see nowadays is ammonia gel.
So I got to check and see what Dad had stashed on the farm.
Years ago, when I was supervisor for the help desk that I was supporting, my first job supporting the firm that I actually work at now. So we were in Northwest Indiana. We were the off hours and overflow call center for help desk. And I was out there late at night one night. I was the end of my shift, beginning of the next guy's shift. So he had some concerns that he wanted to talk about. So there's only a couple of us. So we had one of the guys from the other help desk working for, supporting different companies, keep an ear on our phones while we stepped out front. So we're sitting there talking, and he's airing his grievances and stuff. And one of the techs for the actual firm was giving him a hard time on certain things. So we needed to find the best way to handle it. And we're sitting there, and we think some really cheap fireworks are going off somewhere, some really crappy fireworks. And we're just ignoring it until we heard the of the bullet cutting through the air 5 feet away from us, between us and our cars. So we calmly just step out of the parking lot back into the covered brick part, and we open the door. We're like, get county out here now. So there was a bar just the other side, so a couple thousand yards away. And someone got drunk and was shooting up the place. So my psychopath at the time ended up telling me the story from a different angle, because it was the boyfriend of one of her best friends that was doing the shooting. So I almost caught a bullet because he was being an ass, drunk, halfway across the compound.
Well,
definitely woke my ass up. We had to tell the guy that went to drive to go grab some food real quick because it was him and another guy on the other desk that was still running that late at night. So we had to tell him, don't come back until we call you to come back. And he thought we were joking. We're like, no, there is shooting going on.
Hi, Chris.
Chris.
Thank you,
Carl says,
Hey,
welcome
Mama.
to the world, Chris. Carl, I hate to tell you this, but Chris was right there in the middle of it, too.
That's what you were saying. If he was listening to this, he was going to be like, oh, Lord.
Oh, you talking about BarnCon?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think Dan can drink anymore.
Excuse me, I can drink excessively well. No, I was just going, yeah, Ringgold is a really small town.
Yes, and the thing is, poor John missed out on all this.
I wasn't as caught up.
I'm not sure John actually missed out as well as being thankful he wasn't there.
Dodged the bullet.
I wasn't a participant of it. I found out about it late, but by the time I found out about it, it had already
blown
it was already well down its way down the toilet.
And Chris,
the fecal matter had hit the rotary oscillator.
And
Chris,
Roto-Verter was not going to be able to solve this problem.
You were standing there when the lady came up and asked me if I was running the thing.
Oh my God.
I can just imagine. No, I really can't imagine. I wish I could, but in all the alternate universes I've ever been in, I've never had the experience to enable me to imagine what you were about to say.
Nope.
He probably said, "Thank God, no, I am not."
No, he told
that effect.
I said he just wanted me to come down and help him sort of show what to do. She goes, "Well, he's not here." I said, "I noticed." And Chris, I described the place to him. Mm-hmm. How you had to turn off the paved road, go down and cross the cattle gate.
Yeah, we have places like that.
Oh, and I did leave out one thing.
So to speak.
I did leave one thing out. The owner of the farm wasn't really happy. He had to move the cattle out of the barn field.
Oh, Lord.
I can imagine. I mean, that's...
He was nowhere near as unhappy as the guests were, though.
Oh, I can imagine.
I mean, realize 4 hours before everybody showed up, there were cows in the field.
So then
there were a lot of chips in the field, too.
Yeah, there were cow pies left behind, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There were chips on the floor.
Yeah.
And we ain't talking about potato kind.
Poor Zach's just like, God, I can't believe it. Hey, Zach, do me a favor. Link me into that meeting tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, right. Like he's going to do that now.
There it is, right there.
What looks wrong with going down that road?
It leads to a terrible experience.
It's a traumatic experience for some that will scar them for life.
I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, look how far off the barn is from the main road.
Yeah, that's like a tenth of my youngest daughter's driveway. Yeah.
Yeah, Zach uses the measurement. It's what, half a mile?
600.
Oh, okay. So it's a 50th.
628 meters.
Okay, so what's that for Americans?
Oh, you use feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2,000 feet.
Wow.
So
Zach, the easiest thing to remember is Americans will use damn near anything other than metric to do a measurement.
I just don't know which they are. I just use them all interchangeably.
that's 7 million peanuts long.
Hey,
Did you say
It's a
peanuts?
hop, skip, and a
I said
jump.
peanuts.
I hope
yeah.
so.
Well,
the Brits.
hey,
The Brits cannot
And that-
complain. The Brits cannot complain about us not using the metric system until they fix their currency.
What's wrong with the currency?
Farthings, pence, pounds, shillings.
I don't think they use shillings anymore.
That's the old currency. They went decimal back in the 60s.
I don't think they use shillings anymore anyway, or
oh,
guineas
and
either.
No, they don't. They don't.
Pence, and,
No, they
Was it
don't even.
Joe?
Well, pence are still there technically, but 100 pence equals a pound now, and not 755 or whatever it was before. Lindsay's gone to bed. I can't ask the expert.
well, was it Joe
Go
or
wake
Rich?
her up.
Was it Joe or Rich
How
that
you
said?
waking her up?
Was it Joe or Rich that said Americans will use anything?
That was me.
Joe said it. I thought it.
Zach will tell you. Down in Texas, they measure how tall stuff is for Starship by hot dogs.
Okay.
And ULA uses bananas.
Yeah.
In the tailpipe.
But are you using?
I actually got that reference.
What are you
Are you
doing?
using a foot-long hot dog or a ballpark Frank?
See, that's what I want to know. Like, if
Okay, yeah, that's like asking if you're
bundling.
if you're using
Oscar
an 8
Mayer
inch
wiener.
or an 11. Yeah.
I watched Shower and Oscar Mayer wiener. Oh, now I gotta post that picture tomorrow. Got that
wiener?
picture.
I'm surprised you. Oh wow, we're officially
Yes,
Brady
yes.
Bunch.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Carl. That reminds me. How many cubits are there in a furlong?
I'm Jan today.
I'm Alice today. Yay!
Isn't a furlong a mile and a half?
Fuck if I know.
For God's sake. Okay.
Where's Alexa when I need her?
So since I'm Alice, that means I've got to
How
take
long's
the
the
meat from the
furlong?
butcher.
660 feet.
It was my understanding.
Okay,
Oh,
and
I'm using that name.
a cubit is 18 inches or thereabouts.
Ish.
Alexa, how long's a cubit?
From geeks4geeks.org.
Hey,
An inch equals the volume of a cube.
I typed in on my computer.
No clue.
I typed in on my computer what's a furlong. It showed me that kid from Terminator 2.
It was furlong. Yeah.
Oh my God, here's such a dreamboat today.
Oh Lord.
Well, come here.
I need more time in a day.
Come on.
Ditto.
I need more liquor in a glass.
Like I said, Chevy Chase said it best. Is my understanding. I was told there would be no math.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a writer, not a mathematician. There's a reason for that.
Yep.
It just took me about an hour and a half because you figure about 10 minutes for breaks for drinks and reading the various articles and stuff to burn this little wood piece.
Does it have Michaela's face on it again?
Oh,
No.
Lord. Dear Jesus.
Actually, it was a nice representation of your logo.
Yeah,
It was a nice paddle.
it's just the fact that, let's make some more paddles for Michaela. Yay!
Now, here's the thing. I wonder how many people are going to dream about barns tonight.
Probably not.
Well, hopefully they won't have nightmares about their.
So, It's likely.
Honestly, dreaming about the barn would probably be
Okay.
better than the normal dreams I have in a given night. I write
And
horror for a reason.
Google is my friend. A cubit from the Bible is roughly 18 inches.
Why
Okay.
does the cubit have to come from the Bible?
Because that's the only place they use that measurement.
Oh, okay.
When
Well,
they're describing Noah's Ark.
A
Describe
couple,
it in cubit.
Really.
texts dealing with
And a cubit
pyramids
is
will
supposed
bring
to
up.
actually be there was never an actual distance
Elbow
for
to
a cubit.
fingertip, yes.
It was from your elbow bone to your wrist. That was a cubit. And it had something to do with this right here. Was why it was called a cubit.
So how many people looked at my post on Michaela's Mercenary page and needed coffee this morning?
Oh,
I saw something.
I haven't.
I think I chuckled when I saw that one.
I haven't been.
I'm
on
going
Facebook
gaga
that
over the
much.
dress you posted. Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
I know, wasn't it? This morning I saw that and I was like, oh, I need to post this because of all the coffee talk that happens.
Yes, and it's a perfect picture to go along with it, and Carl should love it because it's the correct facing way of a woman.
Did Carl even respond? Yeah, he loved it.
He gave it a heart. Yep.
Yeah, him and Dan hearted it, you hearted it, and then Donna, Chris, and Brian laughed.
Hey, I don't care.
And everybody else should want coffee now.
Honest to God, I saw that picture and I went,
Why do I want to be violently ill?
sometime. And that way there's no copyright. I can just be like, no, that's my rear end in that picture. Thank you.
I'm looking at there's something
I'm not gonna need a copy of that picture.
I was just thinking, damn, I hope they come to HallowCon because we have coffee there.
Who?
Yeah, Dawn is trying to get us there. So she's trying to get my books sold enough that we can get there.
Oh,
So get Secret back out on the market, damn it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I just talked to Linda tonight. She's doing the critique on it so that we can fix it and put it back on Amazon.
Oh,
Carl, I gave it a heart.
Comment.
Oh, Carl. Yes.
Okay.
And as far
I
as
did not post a comment.
Dreaming about barns, I commented on that in the private chat.
I used to drink at a bar called the Red Barn, so I've had many weird dreams about barns, which usually have alcohol related.
Yes, Chris. Yeah.
I've had many a dream about Barnes and Noble that usually included seeing my book covers on the shelves, which happened once, briefly. Not to sound like somebody from Johnny Dangerously, but it happened.
Once, Johnny, once. They put my books in Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, and they sold out in 2 days.
I love that movie. So much fun.
Oh, and then reordered,
Back
and I
before
never
Michael
found out.
Keaton started to do serious acting.
She is great to be young and insane.
I met his ex-girlfriend, Michael Keaton's ex-girlfriend, once.
Yeah.
She was a Playboy bunny. Audra Lynn.
Awesome.
Wow.
I should look that up, but I won't.
One of my favorite Michael Keaton movies, one of his first ones, was Night Shift.
Yeah, I remember that. It was pretty
Shelley
entertaining,
Long.
actually.
Yeah. And I still, to this day, got Satisfaction stuck in my head because of his.
I'm glad I stopped before I took a drink on that one. Satisfaction stuck in your head. Okay.
Because he kept doing. Dun, dun,
Okay, I was about to ask if it was the um, um,
No, it was the actual song.
yeah, there was a cover version by another band whose name I can't remember at the moment that was actually kind of okay, but it was very 70s.
If you want to hear an excellent cover of a Rolling Stones song, I highly suggest Wild Horses by the Sundays. They're a British band led by Harriet Wheeler, who has one of the softest voices you will ever hear, and it's hauntingly beautiful.
I was hoping you'd explain because I had no idea who you were talking about.
Well, there are a lot of people out there that
I
do
live under a
hauntingly
rock, by the
beautiful
way.
stuff. No, you don't.
Well, I
you live
happen-
next to the rock. You're not under it.
Well,
She's been to the dance hall, so you're not under the rock because you've been to the dance hall.
I would not have known about it
She's
if I
dance
hadn't
hall, so
called
she missed out.
MTV at the right time.
If next time I see Michaela and I come back with a black eye, y'all know why.
This, of course, was back when MTV still showed music videos, which kind of dates how old I am.
That's kind of a long time ago.
I say that'd date anybody in this room at this point.
Shit,
No,
most
no,
of us
I
remember
remember when
MTV wasn't a thing.
I remember MTV actually starting, and I was already out of college.
Video killed the radio song.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And they never played that
Buggles.
one often enough.
And you know what, though? The very first copy of Metallica's one, I was that kid that was, my mom was like, I am not buying you Metallica, because I was like 8. And so I was that person that was sitting with the radio in front of the TV, and when they would play it on the top 20 countdown, I hit the record button.
Yeah.
That
Definitely.
video was depressing as hell.
Yeah, well, I was 8, and I liked it.
Have you ever seen the movie?
That
Hey, I
movie
used
was
to
Johnny
sit
Got
there
His
with a
Gun.
tape
Have you ever
deck and
seen-
record the music off of an episode of Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo.
But that movie was
It was better than what I was hearing on the radio.
Johnny Got His Gun, and that had Jason Robards
Yes.
in it.
Okay, kids, well, I'm going to get ready to go to bed. I'm tired.
Okay, well, we finally got the Brady Bunch screen.
Again.
Yeah, well,
Chris is so
it's
proud of
because I'm
that.
Jan. I have to have my little tantrum and be like, it's Marsha. Gijo, dog.
What?
Marsha.
Wait a minute. That means I'm Carol Brady.
No, that's Mark. That's Jan.
No, I'm
No.
Jan.
You're Carol Brady.
I have no idea.
Jan's the middle daughter.
I'm Alice.
Oh my God, I can't resist this one. The youngest one in curls is Cindy. And Michaela's got curly hair.
Well, I'll
I
grant
ain't
you that
putting
one.
Details for you.
What was that, Michaela?
I said I ain't putting it in pigtails for you.
Oh, please.
No.
You will if we ask.
Yes,
Right.
Carl has a secret shopping mission in the morning.
Yeah.
Have a good night, girl.
We-
I guess it's not so secret now, but you know.
Yeah, no.
Well, you guys
Well,
have a good
Hi,
night.
Carl.
It
Yeah,
will
we're
be to
not
the people in the store
Talk to you
when it
later.
gets
Keep me in the
there.
loop.
Sweet dreams.
Yeah, it'll.
Definitely, Michaela. When
Well,
I
good
find
night,
out more,
darling.
I'll let everybody else know too.
Okay.
When Carl does his secret shopping trip, he's going to try to be looking at his list, going, sex syrup.
What aisle is that in? Woo!
Ask
That
the
was
11-year-old.
Dave?
It's aisle 7. They have chains, wire ties, and duct tape.
I always thought that was aisle 69, but
It, usually.
It depends on the store.
I've
I've never been in a store that had that many aisles, so
Yeah.
You do
That's
need
a
credit
lie.
for that.
That's a lie from the pits of hell, Dan. You've been in a Walmart.
Yeah, it's
What?
only got 14 aisles.
I was just there tonight. No, ours has like 34 aisles. And they changed them. And I was angry.
Constantly, yeah.
I'm still angry. I find
Someone-
stuff I want and I get the F out. And now they've changed it.
That's so you
what-
stay in there longer and find stuff that you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
really don't need, but hey, that's interesting. I'll get 3 of
That's
those.
a Costco trick.
Yep. It's
Costco will move the stuff around just to make you walk up and down all the aisles.
Yeah, they all do it. And that's exactly why they do it.
And then
Well,
and then
they also
Costco has
rearrange
that-
it so
they
you
have
don't get
Canada-
comfortable with the layout.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
and that was it. It always made me laugh when I worked there. Hell, I worked there when I was a teenager, and we would get planograms from some guy in Arkansas. We're in Illinois. This guy has never seen our store before ever. He's looking at a plan, a schematic, and he goes, "Okay, let's put an aisle here. Let's put an aisle there." And I'm thinking, this guy can't read a blueprint to save his ass. They would put shelving right there where there's a pillar that holds the damn building up. I'm like, okay, what are we supposed to do? We were supposed to figure out how to make that shelf go around that pole without going around the pole. Like, oh, that's great. Okay.
Now that's trigonometry right there.
Well,
I'm
and
sorry, but you're
literally-
not required to do trigonometry in a
In a
grocery
Walmart
store.
for minimum wage, no. Well,
Nope,
and it
nope.
literally got down to where the manager would have to call some handyman and be like, okay, we need these 9 shelves cut this way. And like, really? Because some jerk from Arkansas thinks he knows how our store should be set up? Okay.
I'm just waiting for the day they go, we're going to have a remodel and move Tire Lube and Express from where it is over to the groceries and the groceries over to Tire Lube and Express.
No, that's
No.
probably one thing that won't move because there's too much.
You would think that, but ours didn't. They didn't exactly do that, but they did do, you know, you can drive up and get your groceries. It used to be on that side of the store. Now it is on this side of the store. So now
They
we
recently
do not
changed that with
have-
ours too.
Yeah, so now where Tire and Lube Express is next to that. Oh, and in the same tiny spot of the parking lot, because the building curves in both ways, in that tiny little spot, that's where they put the, hey, come pick up your groceries. Instead of over there in the big parking lot, like it was.
I'm glad they finally took the pet stuff and brought it closer to the babies. Well, put where baby stuff used to be over by the actual grocery stuff.
Yes, yes.
I hated walking across and then coming back because I'm fat and lazy.
Yeah. Chris, I got to ask you, what was your fond memory of BarnCon? Did you go to the Mexican restaurant? Were you there when that went down?
No. My fondest memory is just hearing everybody tell their version of the story.
And the thing is,
Because there was a common theme, but everybody had a slightly different perspective from it. And that was part of the fun, was hearing everybody's version of what happened.
it was. Yeah,
Because you know how people have their own ways of telling stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some are more entertaining than others just because of their delivery. Some of them, it's the choice of words.
Yeah.
And it all varies. That was part of the fun, was just hearing everybody's version of it.
Yeah, well, I was telling them all the story. Then Zach in Canada found the story, and
it made headlines in Canada. I mean,
and I
It
was
probably made headlines in Hong Kong.
I was reading, the Times Free Press article, and it goes, "Yeah, I talked about that. Yeah, I talked about that. I'm talking about that."
Excuse me for a second.
All right, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was part of the fun, was
And-
hearing the different versions of it.
Yeah, and who I was thinking of was Michael Berryman.
Yeah. Now, he's the one that had the big eyes that was in The Hills Have Eyes, and The Hills Have Eyes too, right?
Yeah, and then Sid Haig. Sid Haig and John Berryman got stiffed on their feet.
Yeah, they really got hosed over. And Boomer was big friends with Sid Haig.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Me.
I almost forgot Michael Berryman was also in the Motley Crue video for their cover of Brownsville Station, Smoking in the Boys' Room.
oh.
He was the
You know,
principal.
I once got into a huge argument with a bunch of teenagers that thought that Motley Crue had actually written "Smoking in the Boys' Room," and I pointed out, no,
Brownsville Station.
Brownsville Station did it back in the '70s, and they go, "Who? What? What? The '70s didn't exist.
Yeah.
It was before I was born. That doesn't exist. Nothing exists before I was born." And I'm
What
going,
will scare you is that now the 1950s is called historical when it comes to romance books. That is scary. I wasn't even around for that, but that's now considered historical.
Excuse me, Barbara Cartland is now historical?
Yes, that is now historical romance.
Most
I know, right? Dude, I was born in the 80s, and I'm like, the 50s is not historical.
Most of the music I grew up on is now on the classic rock station.
Bon Jovi.
Most of the elevator music I hear was popular when my parents were still going to the
dinner.
Sock hops.
I knew
that's what they were called. Sock hops, yes.
At the dance hall.
Bon Jovi made it to
At
the
the
oldies
dance hall,
station
yeah.
about
The gym.
15 years ago.
Oh, Lord.
When I heard Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train in an elevator.
Wow.
Oh, hell no.
I was happy when I heard it. Thankfully, they didn't Muzak it. It was
No,
the actual
one I heard was Muzak.
Oh God, no.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So.
And it wasn't the Pat Boone cover either.
Oh,
I was sitting there.
Yeah, that's right. Pat Boone did try that, didn't he? It still didn't make up for the white belt after Labor Day.
Donna Carly.
You ain't heard nothing till you're in the grocery store and hear She-Bop playing on the Muzak.
Or the song.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my anthem.
Donna.
I'm sorry, but stores play the weirdest shit
They do.
nowadays.
Why would you hear that in a grocery store? Come on.
I had the pleasure of being in the grocery store in the freezer aisle when that came on with my youngest. And of course, I started, dancing as well as a fat old, white dude with a gimpy leg can. And I'm like, dance with daddy. They ran out of that aisle so fast, it was not even funny.
All right. We got to say bye, guys.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for
No,
having
it was
us.
great seeing all of you.
And
Thanks
by
for
the
being
way,
here,
Y'all
Zach.
rebates want to come over to the other side. We've got milk and cookies.
Oh, yeah. Well, also, I found some leaked audio footage of the Dragon launch.
Oh,
It will play after our outro. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
I have slit the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Engines full power, and liftoff at Cruise 6. Go Dragon, go Falcon.